But
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Do you know what caucasity is? Do you know what caucasity is? Do you know what caucasity is? Can I ask you a question? Do you know what caucasity is?
Yeah, I do.
What caucasity means? So caucasity.
Yeah, I've got it. No, I can explain to viewers.
No, don't worry. I will help you out. I will help you out. I'm just saying.
I know what it is. You asked me if I know what it is.
It's okay. You don't need to read it. I can tell you. Caucasity is a reference to the bold, shameless, entitled arrogance of white people displaying white privilege and racism to black and brown people. You know what, Piers? You've just been entirely caucastic to 3 black people on this stage. You've had the caucasity to not only
here we go. I've been caucastic, have I?
Quiet, you might learn something. You've also had the caucasity to say what we are saying is a crock of this, say that we have no right to expect an apology. None of you people.
I know you have, and I've got a right to say this.
What should have been Britain's big night to celebrate art and culture, with royalty mixing with the Hollywood elite, instead is mired in controversy this morning, the BBC apologising to BAFTA viewers after several obscene outbursts from Tourette's activist John Davidson were heard on a broadcast. Davidson is the inspiration for the movie I Swear, which was nominated for 6 awards and took home the leading actor BAFTA. He was diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome at the age of 12. It's a neurological condition that can cause involuntary movements and vocal tics, sometimes involving outbursts of inappropriate language. One such outburst heard on the broadcast was while Sinners stars Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo were on stage. A racial slur could be heard while the men presented the award for Best Visual Effects. Jordan and Lindo looked startled, but continued on.
You people did not say that to Kanye West when he was being anti-Semitic to Jewish people. None of you held him to the different standard that you're...
Actually, I did. I literally did.
Let me finish.
I literally did.
Over me. No, you did not.
Well, why are you lying? Why are you lying?
I'm not lying. My point is...
I literally did that to Kanye West.
I want to talk. Okay, let me say that I'm just thinking right now what's on my heart is the idea for people who do actually have severe mental health issues. You know, the word retarded. For, you know, there's parents that have children who actually are mentally ill, and that word is really offensive to those people.
So why use it?
And just because I was feeling well, it's a couple reasons. Because people call me retarded, they treat me like I'm retarded, and so I embrace it. It's like you call somebody a so much, they say I'm. You call somebody a bitch so much, they say I'm a bitch. You call somebody a retarded so much, you say I'm retarded. Like, I was exhausted, and I embraced the idea of having a serious mental health issue.
Right now, press, get ready to write your passive-aggressive, LeBron James, racist comments.
Cell phone footage of Kanye West's show in Sacramento on Saturday gives an idea of his recent behaviour.
Get ready, because the show's over.
The rapper launched into a rant about the media and the music industry, then stormed off stage.
A lot of people applauding him for speaking out, saying that it could certainly help others. Did you understand what he was saying? You agree with what he's saying?
I am applauding him and every other celebrity that comes out and talks about their mental health illness. Because this is a real struggle for so many Americans. 1 in 5 Americans, our husbands, our children, our friends are dealing with this. And many of them are suffering in silence. They're suffering with shame and guilt. They're suffering alone. And they're not getting the care and the treatment that they need.
And you can't see mental illness.
You cannot. And that's part of the issue, I think. It's not a tumor or a mass that you can see. It's not a plaque in a heart artery that I can show you. But the pain is real, and some have described the pain as being worse than the worst physical pain you can possibly imagine.
On Monday, the rest of his US tour was abruptly cancelled, and he was admitted to this Los Angeles hospital, reportedly suffering from exhaustion. Some news reports said he was hospitalized after police responded to a medical welfare call. Concert promoters Live Nation said in a statement the remaining 21 US dates of West's tour had been cancelled. They gave no reasons, fueling speculation about the rapper's mental and physical health.
But Noah also, but Moses was basically on speed when he was doing what he did.
Let me ask you,
by the way,
look, out of interest,
yeah.
How much sleep do you get a night?
I'm not here to talk about how much sleep I get.
Well,
I don't owe
you've
that.
literally just been talking about
how much sleep do you get a night?
I had about 5.5 hours last night, actually. Not very much. But you're the one that's raised this issue.
And I probably had the same.
Right. My question is only because...
had the same, but
it's only because you've been talking about you don't believe you have a mental illness. You think it's lack of sleep. So I think it's an obvious question to ask, well, how much sleep do you get? Are you constantly sleep deprived? Is that one of the reasons, perhaps, sometimes, as you say, you feel sleepy and you shoot from the hip verbally and you say stuff that maybe when you're rested, you wouldn't say it the same way? Would that be fair?
Tell me what's... Okay, no, it's not fair, because what's more important, the pain and the truth of what I'm talking about and what led me to that tweet, or the tweet itself?
I think both can be true. Because the problem you have is that I think you've acknowledged
one tweet.
I think you've acknowledged that the wording of the tweet was offensive.
Years.
Yes, I understand, but you know the damage it caused, and I
understand that was offensive.
And I think that you have accepted you probably shouldn't have phrased it that way.
You as a white person are so stuck on the idea that what I said was offensive, which is a very caring approach. You're not sticking on the fact. You have not unpacked what happened with those contracts. I've said that, but you didn't ask me another question about it. That means there's an agenda.
Absolutely not.
Inside of your platform.
I have repeatedly said to you that I'm sure I do not disbelieve that you've had contract business issues with various managers, accountants, and so on. My argument is that when you do it,
me or other me's.
I'm sure many other artists in the music business. Yeah, of course.
You know why you're sure? Because you don't care to do the research because it doesn't affect you.
No, it's because you said.
Have you done any research?
No. Yeah, let me explain to you. I'm not doubting what you're saying.
You don't care.
I do care.
You don't care about me. You don't care about my people. I care about me. I care about my people. So it's for me to stand up. And God forbid I step on someone's toes while I'm at it.
It's not someone's toes. You stepped on the entire Jewish people's toes with a very deeply inflammatory tweet, which I think you've now accepted. You shouldn't have phrased that way. It's taken a bit of time to get there, but I think you have accepted that, right?
Have you accepted that you've put no effort into understanding how I got there?
I don't think, honestly,
10 years from now.
Honestly, I don't think there is any...
You're going to apologize to me about this interview.
I'm not.
You're going to apologize to me about this interview within the next 10 years.
No, I'm not, because here's the thing.
Mark my words.
I don't doubt you've had...
It's very one-sided.
No, it's not.
It's very white-sided.
Oh, come on,
It's very one-sided. It's very like...
It's not white-sided. I'm not doubting you've had business issues.
Can I ask you a question? Do you know what caucasity is?
Yeah, I do.
You know what caucasity means? So caucasity.
Yeah, I've got it. I can explain to viewers.
No, don't worry. I will help you out. I will help you out. I'm just saying.
I know what it is. You asked me if I know what it is.
It's okay. You don't need to read it. I can tell you. Caucasity is a reference to the bold, shameless, entitled arrogance of white people displaying white privilege and racism to black and brown people. And you know what, Piers? You've just been entirely caucastic to 3 black people on this stage. You've had the caucasity to not only...
Oh, wow, here we go. I've been caucastic, have I?
You might learn something. You've also had the caucasity to say what we are saying is a crock of this, say that we have no right to expect an apology. None of you people...
I know you have, and I've got a right to say this.
You people did not say that to Kanye West when he was being anti-Semitic to Jewish people. None of you held him to the different standard that you're...
Actually, I did. I literally did.
Let me finish.
I literally did.
Over me. No, you did not.
Well, why are you lying? Why are you lying?
I'm not lying. My point is...
I literally did that to Kanye West. I'm saying the way to respond to that is
You
not
keep
to
on
go
saying
public
me.
to millions
No,
of
not
people
me.
and
You
say
keep
you're
on
going DEFCON
siloing
3
it.
on Jewish
No,
people.
Millions of people.
All right.
Millions of people have had DEFCON 3 on their contracts.
Right. You
Millions
didn't-
of
you
people
didn't
have
say
went
that.
home to their
You
girl
didn't say
and
that.
said, millions of people. Well, I opened it up. Now I didn't, but now I'm saying it now. Sir.
Okay, so now what
Now
I
I'm
think you
saying
should
it
say,
now.
I think you
Are
should
you-
say to the Jewish people, I'm sorry for the offensive language I used in that tweet. I wouldn't do that again. This is what I really meant. I think people would respect you if you said that. I don't know why you can't just say that. Yeah, in his moment of what should have been glory, where the actor who plays him got
Yes.
a top award at the best premiere event in the British theatrical movie world, the guy got completely humiliated, and deliberately by various people who were just ignorant about his condition. You know, he said
Well,
this
it wasn't
afterwards.
deliberate if they were
When
ignorant,
socially-
right, Piers? It
Well,
wasn't
one
deliberate
second,
if they
Bruno.
were
I'll come to.
ignorant.
Well,
Thank
let
you.
me come to you for your response to this. He said this: when socially unacceptable words come out, the guilt and shame on the part of the person with the condition is often unbearable and causes enormous distress. I can't begin to explain how upset and distraught I've been as the impact from Sunday sinks in. And that is heartbreaking to me, that he has been made to say that and then gets bullied into then having to say sorry for a condition he has no control over. Where is the compassion and empathy from the compassion and empathy demanders? I think you should say to the Jewish people, I'm sorry for the offensive language I used in that tweet. I wouldn't do that again. This is what I really meant. I think people would respect you if you said that. I don't know why you can't just say that.
You know when I'll say it? When I sit down with the people who write out the contracts for the NBA and for the NFL and for professional music and for acting contracts. We need to go to the top lawyers, the top execs, the owners of the stadiums, the owners of the football teams, and the owners of the record labels. And we're gonna put them all in one room. And we're gonna read let's go top 10 in each one of these categories, right? Let's read Michael B. Jordan's
Okay, but why would any of that?
Let's
Okay,
read
but
Aaron
why would any of
Donald's
that? Why would any of that?
Bro, I ain't finished. I ain't finished my sentence.
Nothing you're saying has anything to do with regret.
Hey, boy.
Don't call me boy.
Don't finish. I told you. Oh, don't treat me like a boy then. I'm
not.
gonna finish my sentence of my idea.
Nothing you're saying has got anything to
You're
do
not,
with
okay?
the tweet.
Cool.
Does
Bro,
it?
I was in the middle of a sentence, boy. Okay, so are you going to allow me to finish my sentence?
Brianna, you wanted to say something.
Yeah, well, I think there's been a lot of characterization of people's apologies as being forced. It feels to me like Dr. Shola voluntarily gave a very gracious apology. Yeah, I am not following what's been going on with you, but from what I've seen today, it seems like you got necessary pushback about the nature of the disease. You responded now that you were no longer ignorant of what Tourette's is all about, and it seemed very sincere, and I really appreciate what you've said today. Similarly, I think it's reasonable that a person with Tourette's who knows that they've offended people and who feels the shame that you just described, Piers, will want to apologize and make that known. I haven't seen any evidence that he was forced or that his apology wasn't also sincere, and that we shouldn't.
So you would like everybody, just to be clear, Brianna, just to be clear, you would like John Davison to go around. Sorry, Shola, your name is not Brianna. Brianna, you would like John Davison to go around and make 50 to 100 public apologies every single day of his life, would you? To everyone he offends with his
necessarily,
tics.
but if I look, this is not a
No, so who do you exclude? Okay, so just to be clear, Brianna, you said no. So just to be clear, who should he not be apologizing to?
If I went to a wedding with a crying baby or had a horrible cold and interrupted the ceremony, even though it was not my intention, I would make an apology, not because I did anything wrong purposefully, but because I know I negatively impacted somebody's special day. And that comes from me because I want to show grace to the people that I care about. And if Davidson similarly wants to make amends to people that he thinks he wants, because of the grace in his own heart, to make amends to, I think that's a beautiful thing that we should honor in the same way that we should honor Dr. Shola.
Do you know what I love? I just think that's such a... I'm sorry. That is such a... Sorry, Brianna. That is such a crock of crap. The idea that you're still continuing... Because you're still continuing to go after this guy. Right? You want
How have I
more
gone
pounds
after
of
him by
flesh
saying
from
I
this
think
guy.
it was lovely for him to choose to apologize. I'm giving him a
What
compliment.
What
on
about
the
people
grace he
apologise?
showed in the
What about
moment.
Jamie?
But
Do you,
just
okay,
because-
but Brianna, do you think? Hang on, Javier. Brianna, do you think Jamie Foxx should apologise?
I think that he was clearly wrong about Tourette's and the intent behind Tourette's. And if I were him, I would. I'd say, sorry, just like Dr. Shola did. Sorry, I didn't realize that the nature of the disease is that it makes you want to say exactly what you shouldn't say, and that it wasn't some exaltation of like deeply repressed racism. I would, but I also think it's really interesting that there's this focus on cherry-picked celebrities who didn't know anything about Tourette's or didn't know enough about Tourette's and said the wrong thing, and not on the institution of BAFTA and the BBC who chose to broadcast the N-word and not broadcast Free Palestine. That says a lot more about the power in our society and who should be getting
Well, on
pushed
that, I think
back.
we all agree.
There is a roadblock between us, Piers, because it seems that we are far apart of actually what happened October 7th. And I know there's a lot of people here came and talk about what happened October 7th. I would like to have a chance to tell you what, from my point of view, what me and my people think. And
Go
you
on,
can,
tell
I
me.
can,
Tell me
okay.
what you think.
So there are three big things that made the world accept what is happening now in Palestine. And they talk like, what will happen now? What, can we get it? Three things. The story of the decapitated babies.
That was not true. That was not true.
That was not true.
The story of the decapitated babies.
That was not true.
Good. So why didn't the Western media refute it? Why didn't they?
Well, it
pull
was
back?
refuted very quickly.
Really?
Yes.
But
Very quickly.
How many times how many times the Western media has used that media until today? Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, is still repeating it until now.
Well,
Benjamin
it's
Netanyahu.
not true.
I know, but it was.
But it has been discounted by the media.
No, not really.
It has.
Not really. Not really. Not really. And it didn't. And in the discounting and refuting. And I think when you have an apology or a retraction, it has to be.
Yeah, but I was accused of saying it. I never said it. But I was accused of saying it. I never said it.
But I was accused of saying it. I never said it.
And you know what is similar? Is when you spread the lies of 40 decapitated babies, although it was refuted. So what happens when people hear that, killing babies is horrible. But when you say decapitated 40 babies, you are planting a certain image
Well, who has
with a
said
certain
that?
trigger in people's mind.
Who has said that? Who has said 40?
Who has said that?
Who has said
said
that?
40 decapitated?
Who has said
you
that?
You have repeated.
No, I haven't.
What?
I've never said that.
You haven't said on your show 40 decapitated
No.
babies?
Never. We can't ignore this extraordinarily sad, horrible story that's come out of Israel. What do you make of this?
It's barbaric. I mean, it's one of the. I can't think of anything that has upset me more other than 9/11. And I don't really want to talk about it too much because I get upset. So if you want me to be crying during your show, go ahead.
No, I tell you,
I'm a bit-
I choked up earlier reading this new revelation about 40 babies being killed.
Oh my God.
And some of them
Don't.
being beheaded. 40 babies being killed.
Oh my God.
And some of them
Don't.
being beheaded.
40 babies being killed.
Oh my God.
And some of them being beheaded.
I never really thought that I would see and have confirmed pictures of terrorists beheading children. I never thought I'd ever. Anyway.
But it was.
But it has been discounted by the media.
No, not really.
It has.
Not really. Not really. Not really. And it didn't. And in the discounting and refuting. And I think when you have an apology or a retraction, it has to be.
Yeah, but I was accused of saying it. I never said it.
You said.
No, I didn't say it.
You said. It came to me as a revelation that I read about 40 killed, 40 murdered babies. Some of them are decapitated.
Yeah, maybe in that. Yeah.
You said
which
that.
were early reports.
With John Collins.
Yeah.
Right.
Which were early reports.
I understand.
Which turned out not to be true.
What's your thoughts? Please be respectful with your comments. Also, please click the like, click the notification bell, and subscribe to this channel.
Listen, Genesis chapter 11 verse 10 explains the genealogy of Shem. Shem was a black man in Africa. If you repeat this back Genesis 14, verse 13. Abraham steps on the scene. Being a descendant of Shem, which is a fact, means Abraham too was Abraham, born in the city of a black man, called Nimrod, grandson of Ham. Ham had 4 sons. One was named Canaan. Here, let me do some explaining. Abraham, Isaac was Jacob had 12 sons, for real, and these were the children of Israel. According to Genesis chapter 10, these were the children of Israel. According to Genesis chapter 10, these were the children of Israel. According to Genesis chapter 10.